doy la bienvenida.
Hola.
Hola.
El Banco de España, uno de los edificios más impenetrables del planeta. Justo enfrente está el cuartel general del Ejército Español.
Por si no fuera bastante, Gustavo Medina, jefe de seguridad.
Yeah, I was, I guess it was probably like 6 months or a year before we started filming that I sort of had those conversations with the producers and obviously with Jaume, and just, you know, I'd always wanted to work in Spain, and it was just such a brilliant opportunity to work with such talented people here, Jaume, Luis Tosar, Jose Coronado in the end, who ended up signing on, and I just feel really, really lucky to have been able to be a part of this film.
I've already told this story, so I'm sorry, but for me it was one of the easiest decisions. I got a phone call from my agent saying, do you want to work in Madrid for 3 months, robbing the Bank of Spain, and you play the action guy? It was a very easy decision.
Yeah, I was kind of like Tom, like my character. They're like, you know, do you, just a kind of normal guy waiting around. They're like, hey, do you want to come and rob the Bank of Madrid? I'm like, sure, yeah, why not? Absolutely, yeah. Sign me up.
It was an easy decision.
No, I mean, it was, I definitely had the easy, out of the two of us, like Sam had to be the, you know, ex-SAS, like, actually good at all of the stunts that we were meant to do, whereas I had it easy in just being the kind of amateur who didn't have to actually do these things well, and that was part of the character, so it was the perfect excuse. But you were amazing at just everything that you, with the diving and yeah, you really embraced it.
I loved it,
yeah.
I really did. And it's a fantastic opportunity. You're being taught these things by experts, and you learn tricks that would take months or years. You know, I mean, you don't become an expert.
He's a professional diver now.
Yeah, I am. I can teach you if you like.
I mean, Madrid...
Being in Madrid,
yeah,
it was wonderful.
It was amazing. And the way that the film managed to capture it too, the city and where we were able to film, and it's so... I know it's a kind of corny thing to say, but it's such a character of this film. It's... And we kept pinching ourselves every time we'd be in, you know, one amazing place after another, thinking like, wow, we're actually here in la Plaza de Cibeles, con la plaza cortada y solamente nosotros ahí filmando.
That's really the roof of the bank.
Yeah.
When we were, yeah, it was amazing.
Of course. I'm a big football fan as well. Arsenal's my team, so yeah. I think the way that this film marries the two, you know, the passion of football and this obviously like incredible moment in Spanish footballing history in 2010, and it's such a clever idea to use that as an excuse to rob the bank and use the time pressure of a game of football to like give you those stakes, and it was a great idea.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it for this film yet, dubbed into Spanish. I've heard other things. I think it's always a bit, I'm sure it's always a bit weird, but I think it's the same person who does The Good Doctor is doing this. I'm sure he's done an excellent job. Do you find it odd? Because you live in Germany, you must have a reaction to hearing yourself in German.
It's always, I have a very, yeah, they always give me a very high voice. Yo hablo español.
Actually, I think
because
it's the reverse.
They don't think I should have this voice.
I think with me on The Good Doctor, Sean, my character, speaks with quite a high register, and I think they lower it here.
Do they?
I think they make him a bit more of like a traditional leading man instead of how he would sound otherwise. They're like, no, this can't be like
We can't give him this voice, no. The difference?
Yeah.
Well, I think when you, with any sort of genre film, if you're watching a vampire movie or a zombie movie, it has to tread certain beats. It needs to encompass certain things. That's what you expect from a heist movie. So I think we managed to sort of incorporate all the things that everybody wants to see in a heist movie. The gang, the villain, the loot. But at the same time, we've got enough unique aspects to this story that make it to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, both of us loved Jaume from before we worked with him, and Rec, and, you know, those films that he's done, and últimamente he visto varias películas españolas también, Las Niñas, que me gustó mucho, Adu, Sentimental, que intento ver el cine español en cuanto más posible.
I always go blank in these moments.
I know, it's always hard. It's like, what's your favourite director of all time?
I mean, I love Almodovar, and this Brunel, was he Spanish?
Yeah, Amenábar. Yeah.
Bocata.
Sí, nos cortamos para Bocata en Inglaterra. That was great. I know, I love those like 10-minute. We need to incorporate that in back home, whether it's like a little tea break and scones, or I don't know.
But it felt more, you know, sometimes when you're doing the big studio movies, they're quite impersonal. And this didn't feel like that. You know, you felt very much, it felt like an intimate shooting experience with a team that were all very quickly, very close to one another. There was the excitement of the mix of languages floating around the set and everything. It was only certain moments where you realize also the scale that we were working with, you know, when we were closing Sibelius.
Exactly. Yeah, it was this great mix of like an intimate group and doing such big things. But and hopefully this is stating the obvious, but obviously in terms of the like professionalism and talent, and there's no difference, you know, Spain. And that's what I love about this film. It's kind of doing it in our own European Spanish way and showing that Spanish cinema and European cinema can do things their own way but still be at the level of international productions.
Código 1, repito, código 1.
Es la hora.
¡Ya! ¡Comienza la final! ¡Comienza el partido de nuestra vida!